Hey folks, today I wanted to review this video that just came up as I was searching like keto videos, trying to get some new ideas, and it's by DeLauer. Now he is one of the most famous keto YouTubers, and he actually has lost weight. Sometimes I do criticize people for, teaching keto in a way where they haven't lost weight, but going through his Instagram, yeah, I peaked a little bit. He's got cute family pics. He does have some before and afters, so he has struggled, I think, with weight, but he seems super genuine and super nice in his videos. However, I am going to talk about what kind of irked me today. So if you know anything about me and have watched any of my videos, I used to weigh 320 pounds and now I don't. And I lost that weight in 2 years with the ketogenic diet. And so in my opinion, when it comes to keto videos or keto influencers on YouTube or Instagram or whatever, there's really two camps of people who are into this diet. The first group of people that I think are probably the majority of people who hear about keto and get interested in keto are interested in losing weight. Like that is their main focus. Maybe they've had a health scare. Maybe they're just tired of being overweight or obese, and so they've heard about keto, they think it's something that can work, and so they start to research it, and they find people like me and DeLauer. Then you have those other people who are really into just like optimizing their health. So maybe they don't need to lose weight, but they understand how maybe refined sugars and carbs kind of, disrupt the way that they're feeling. And so they decide to try keto just to improve their overall health and the way that they're feeling. Once again, I'm over here with these people who want to lose weight, want to maintain their weight loss. And that's why I got onto keto. That's why I make these videos, is for those people. So just keep that in mind as we watch this video by DeLauer. So this video by DeLauer is called "Please Avoid These Dirty Keto Foods and Why?" Complete list. All right, so here we go.
You think dirty keto and you think just absolute, complete, sloppy food, right? Well, what I wanted to do here is lay out how closely similar dirty keto and clean keto can really be to one another. Just to be able to demonstrate, it's not hard to tilt towards that dirty keto side, but it's also not really much more expensive to shift over to the clean keto side. In fact, you could probably do it at the same price point. It's all about convenience and all about some of these other things.
All right, so just the fact that, and I can see his list, right? I've watched this video. I watched it all the way through just to understand it. I see his list. He has things under the dirty keto that I eat all the time. And I don't care if he considers these things dirty. I don't feel like he's judging me. I mean, I have my version of what's dirty or lazy keto and what's clean keto. But apparently a lot of the foods that I eat are dirty keto to him. And I'm sure that there are people out there that are more strict and would consider, anything that's not from your own fresh garden to be dirty keto, So it's a spectrum, and it's based on whatever you want out of your lifestyle and diet.
We'll just dive right in. This is an example breakfast on dirty keto. Cheap eggs, like just the simplest, most basic eggs that you can get, not spending the extra couple of dollars for pasture raised. Frozen sausages. I say this because sausage really isn't that bad. Pork sausage is actually a pretty decent fat profile, but when you get the frozen ones, which a lot of people do get, like the frozen breakfast sausages, the little short ones, they're just loaded with garbage in them. Mozzarella shreds, I say because generally that's not real mozzarella, it's just processed mozzarella that's in the shredded stuff. So again, cheap, simple cheese, right? But then you get to like people doing their keto coffees, and they'll add straight up, not grass-fed butter, just regular butter, and throw it in there. They'll do some flavored creamers, like those Coffee Mate flavored pumpkin spice creamers and stuff like that, where it's partially hydrogenated oil. It's trans fats, right? And then they'll just sweeten it up with some Splenda, and then maybe they'll have a spoonful of peanut butter. You see, it doesn't look too terribly bad. And quite frankly, it's gonna be fine if you're doing keto. I don't want you to develop an orthorexic tendency where you just, are afraid of food. My point here is to show the positive piece, what you can do to make it clean.
Okay, so everything on his dirty breakfast list is something that I do now incorporate or have incorporated in the past. Yes, my whole big thing is that for the people who are desperate to lose weight, who are coming to YouTube or to social media to find a solution for their weight issues, for somebody who is just desperate to be healthy or to feel more confident, I say do not worry about dirty versus clean keto. Oh my goodness. So many people are on a budget. I was on a budget for my first like 2 years of keto. And I still buy the cheapest eggs I can find, y'all. Like I go to my food line and I pay like 86 cents for 12 eggs because they're cheap. I didn't ever buy the frozen sausage, but I used to buy the refrigerated little like Johnsonville links. Yeah, they had a gram of carbs per serving, but that fit into my day. And so same with mozzarella. I use mozzarella shreds. Like when I do my pizza in a bowl, I've done that. I do prefer like the fresh, like Galvani log of mozzarella. That's one of my favorite things in the whole wide world. But I mean, you got to incorporate things that just work with your lifestyle and your budget. A bag of shredded mozzarella is going to run me in my area maybe $2, maybe $2 to $3, when like a fresh mozzarella log is like $5 or $6, unless it's on sale. And I get the cheapest butter. I get the Food Lion brand, like as long as it's salted and it's just got sweet cream in it, or it's churned cream butter, nothing else in it, that's what I'm gonna get. I used to bake exclusively with Splenda, and I lost all of my weight using Splenda for my keto sweet treats. Now I don't really do as many sweet treats. I'm not even doing like keto baking videos for you guys because I'm trying to, get that out of my life because I have issues with overeating and binging on those things. So I try and reflect in these videos what works for me, what has worked for me, and I try and just offer all of these things so that people who are desperate to lose weight understand that you can do it and you can mold these things to your life. But if I had seen a video like this when I was first starting keto, I might have thought that keto was something that I would not be able to do. I was really broke in grad school. I may not have been able to afford the fancy eggs, or the non-frozen meats. I lived off of pepperoni and string cheese for months. Okay. And it was keto. It wasn't the healthiest keto. I do not recommend doing that. But if I had seen somebody call that dirty keto, I might not have wanted to try it because it sounds dirty. It sounds bad.
Okay, then you have a clean breakfast, which is very similar. Pasture raised, good quality eggs that you're going to spend on average $2 more a dozen. Uncured, no sugar added bacon, which realistically you could make ahead of time so you have it prepared. It's easy to go. That's going to be a much better solution than going for frozen sausage. Much cleaner, much better fat profile, much higher quality form of saturated fat as well. And then the cheese, aged Gouda or Parmesan. Gouda tastes delicious in eggs, and Gouda is exceptionally high in vitamin K2. And because it's aged, you don't get all the garbage that comes along with it and the cruddy casein proteins. So here we have not even a real cheese. Here, the amount of cheese that you would need is negligible compared to that to get the same flavor profile. It's kind of a no-brainer. And then maybe you add a little avocado to make it clean, and then your coffee, or matcha, I forgot an A there, instead of using butter, you use ghee. But guess what? Ghee is still about the same price when you actually weigh out the servings. So ghee is going to be a concentrated form of, or clarified form of butter, so it's not going to have all the milk solids in it. Put a little bit of heavy cream instead of half and half or a flavored creamer, and a little bit of monk fruit or stevia instead of Splenda.
Okay, so there's another very large keto channel called Keto Connect, and they have this whole video talking about artificial sweeteners, and they tested them with their blood glucose and all of that and how their bodies were reacting. And, to them, they said Splenda, sucralose, fine. It wasn't really affecting things. I have switched over to stevia because stevia has 0 carbs. When I was baking with Splenda, it did have like a gram per packet, but I wasn't, using it often. I might have, sweetened a coffee here or there or used those for baking for special occasions. But I have switched over to stevia. I've never tried monk fruit. I don't know. It just doesn't sound like something I want to use, okay? Don't judge me.
Voila, you just turned a dirty breakfast into a clean breakfast without much thought, right? Then let's go into like a post-workout snack.
So you just turned your dirty breakfast into a clean breakfast. But again, I got on keto because I watched Dr. Eric Westman's, diabetes clinic. I put it in basically all of my videos now. I put the link to his page 4 food list. If you just Google it, Dr. Westman page 4, that's what I took with me to the grocery store. And it was so simple, but it really drew the lines between what will help me lose weight and what will keep me where I am. So everything that was carby was on the no-go list, and it just gave me a list of foods that I could eat. It was none of this and I will credit Thomas DeLauer with, teaching me that omega-6s are bad, okay? Because he keeps talking about it. So now I'm going to get into that and see what he's talking about. But there was no like, avoid omega-6. It was just like, eat as natural as you can, eat that bacon, sure, eat some cheese. But there was no like, this cheese is better than that cheese, or this sweetener is better than that sweetener. It was just like, do what you can to lower what you're eating. And I think that's so crucial for people who are in the wanting to lose weight camp. His information is best, I think, for the people who are just looking to maximize overall health. But the people who are desperate to lose weight, I think this scares them off, this type of video.
Let's say you had your breakfast and maybe you're working out. A dirty example, just to show you, it doesn't mean it's a terrible thing if you're doing dirty keto. It's not the end of the world. It's just not hard to switch it up. I did dirty keto for a long time.
Oh, well, that's good to know. He did dirty keto for a long time. So, and then I do think that those two groups of people, overlap. The people who have gotten into maintenance mode, maybe they are now looking for all of this, more minute information, all of these, how these different nutrients affect, all these functions in your body. But I'm still not somebody who really cares about all that, because I struggle with food addiction. All my life I've struggled with my weight. And so, even maintenance is a struggle. So I'm really just focusing on maintaining my health as it is now. Maybe one day in the future, I'll get into all of these micronutrients and how all of these chemicals affect the body differently. But for now, my main focus is my weight.
Dirty keto is going to be using like a cheap whey protein concentrate. You don't typically want a concentrate, you typically want an isolate. And then maybe having a peanut butter, a little bit of peanut butter again, and a cheese stick.
I don't really drink protein drinks. I mean, the only thing I really do is I get a Keto Champ coffee from Smoothie King. Those things are like my favorite treats right now. That's my sweet treat. Like maybe once every week or two is Keto Champ coffee.
Peanut butter is very high omega-6. That's the biggest thing that we see with dirty keto is it's mainly rich in omega-6s versus omega-3s. That's the biggest change there. And then maybe you have some macadamia nuts. Okay, so macadamia nuts going to make it really easy just to get your good fat profile. Very low omega-6, very low. So you could go to town on nuts and be fine.
Okay, so I don't really do protein shakes or anything. Peanut butter, one of those things, like I used it in my weight loss and I didn't abuse it then, but now in maintenance I have abused it, so it's always on off. But I am a fan of peanuts, and I like peanuts because carb wise they are just as carby as something like an almond. It's 3 to 4 net grams of carbs per 28 grams. But peanuts are so cheap. You can get, the can of dry roast peanuts for $2. Whereas if you got a can that big of macadamia nuts or almonds, you're running into over $5. And macadamia nuts, I think, are even more expensive. They might be like $8 for a little can. So, it depends on your budget. So don't see videos like this and worry that you're not doing something right if you're looking for weight loss. If it fits your budget, if it's meeting your needs, if it's keeping your carbs low enough so that you are in ketosis and your calories low enough so that you are burning fat from your body, then you are doing fine, in my opinion.
Let's talk about beverages that you might have too. Maybe you're going to have in the dirty category diet soda, and then energy drinks, Rockstar Zeros, Monster Zeros, Bangs, all those things that are just loaded with sucralose and aspartame and acesulfame potassium. RTD shakes, a lot of those ready to drink meal replacement shakes are not good to go. They're usually full of garbage, full of preservatives, not something you want to sip on. Those ice drinks are loaded with sucralose. Okay, then you have Crystal Light, get asked that one a lot. That is definitely a dirty keto option when you have other options. Clean would be water, green tea, Zevia, okay, those stevia sweetened sodas. Those Bay or Bai, however you say it, drinks, which are like the sweetened coconut drinks. It's a little bit of coconut water and some usually erythritol and monk fruit. Or like Lakanto makes a liquid monk fruit lemon drops that you can just like drip into some water.
So those drinks actually sound good. I went off of diet sodas for 2 years. I stopped drinking diet soda in August of 2019. And then just this year, this past summer, like in June, I started buying diet sodas again just to help me because, I was having that issue with wanting to overeat. So now I use diet soda as kind of like a treat, maybe when it's lunchtime and I'm intermittent fasting and I'm feeling a little peckish, but maybe I'm really more thirsty, but I don't want to drink water, I drink a diet soda. Or after dinner, if I want a sweet treat, but I'm all out of calories or carbs, diet soda. So you can use these dirty foods, you know, if you're looking for weight loss to help you get to your goals. They're not bad. And I'm not saying that Thomas is saying that these things are bad. He said that he's done this before. He's used those foods. But I'm just afraid for those people who don't know a whole lot about keto and weight loss, and they see this video and they think, I don't have access to Bay drinks or Lakanto, you know. I don't want them to be put off. You can definitely drink diet sodas and lose weight on keto.
Now let's look at a sample lunch. A dirty lunch might be a fast food burger. You go to McDonald's, you go to Carl's Jr., you get a burger without the bun, as a lettuce wrap. It's obviously going to have processed cheese on it, so it's going to be probably less than 50% real cheese, the rest just processed trans fats and garbage. Kind of preaching to the choir here. Pork rinds, which is a very fine line because pork rinds can be totally good, but most of the inexpensive cheap pork rinds like the Max brand and stuff like that are going to have MSG in them, which is definitely going to be dirty keto. And then mayonnaise, most of the mayonnaise you get is going to be soy-based. A quick tip, all you have to do is flip it around, and if it says soybean oil as the first or second ingredient, you know it's low-quality mayonnaise, which definitely puts you into the dirty keto category. Hellmann's, Best Foods, all that stuff is definitely dirty keto, and that's what almost all the restaurants use.
So one of the main reasons I think keto works so well for me in my weight loss and maintenance is that you can go out to eat and be social and find something that you can eat. So I'm not saying you should always go out for fast food, but you definitely can do it and lose weight on keto. Meat and vegetables, boneless burgers, you know, salad instead of fries, all that, great. I have watched a few of his videos and he hates MSG, but then I've seen other studies recently where they're like, MSG is not really that bad. So I don't know, I'd have to look more into that. I do enjoy pork rinds with all the seasonings and all the flavors. I haven't had them in a while though. Just haven't been feeling them. And I get my cheap eggs and I get my cheap butter and my cheap mayo from the grocery store. But, you know, he's kind of, you know, turning me. Apparently omega-6s are bad. So I'm going to look into that more. But for now, you know, I've still got a big old thing of Duke's mayonnaise in the pantry. And then the ketchup. I haven't had real ketchup since before starting keto, but I do use sugar-free ketchup. I'm sure it's got lots of additives too when I want to make a low-carb cocktail sauce with some horseradish.
Then we have the clean option. Take a look at this. Tell me this doesn't look good. A Cobb salad with some chicken breast, a hard-boiled egg, loads of bacon, loads of avocado, a good quality dressing. Usually would prefer like an olive oil based dressing, but a little bit of ranch dressing that's made with canola oil isn't going to kill you. It's much better than soybean oil though. And then some nuts on there, maybe some almonds, whatever, pecans, macadamia nuts would be preferred.
So every time I go out to eat and I get a salad, I overeat on calories. I mean, it is so much easier to keep low calories for weight loss if you get a meat and a vegetable side. And I know that's basically what a salad is if you add chicken and all that. But by the time you add the bacon bits and the avocado and some cheese and the dressing, enough dressing to make the salad taste good, if you know what I'm saying, okay? Homegirl's not a one little cup of dressing type of girl. Homegirl's like a 2-3 cup dressing salad eater over here, and you add some egg, you're looking at like a lot of calories depending on, you know, the amounts of everything. And I'm a person, you know, if I'm going to go out, I'm going to enjoy it. I'm going to finish my food. I don't want to bring it back with me and have it tempt me and make me want to overeat. So I'm probably going to finish what's in front of me. It's hard for me to leave food. Something I need to work on. You know, it's just all these little tricks that I use. So actually for me, something like a bunless burger, maybe with some, you know, Hellmann's mayonnaise on the side, might be actually lower calorie and better for my needs with like a side of steamed broccoli than a big old salad.
Here's a perfect thing, right? Dirty keto would be getting some good old-fashioned greasy wings. We all love them, right? But when you look at chicken wings are mostly skin and mostly really dark meat, and poultry has a very, very poor fatty acid profile. So what happens is you load up on fat from poultry. I would much rather you get fat from a red meat, believe it or not, because they're gonna have a lot more of the antibiotics and things like that in a poultry fat than you would otherwise. So anyway, chicken wings are definitely dirty. And then we might get deceived by cauliflower crust pizza. It's a cauliflower crust, so you're getting some veggies in, doesn't mean it's magically clean. If it has a bunch of that low quality shredded cheese, a bunch of preservative filled pepperoni, a bunch of preservative filled sausage, and standard marinara, which has like 12 grams of carbohydrates per quarter cup, 12 grams of sugar even, that's not good. And then you top it up with a Caesar salad loaded with Caesar dressing that has soybean oil, because most like pizza restaurants and stuff like that are going to use very cheap dressings.
Okay, I have a confession to make. One of my favorite things to do on a Wednesday is to go eat some wings and drink some wine. I call it Wine and Wings Wednesday. So yeah, I'm actually very well aware of the high fatness of wings. Each wing, depending on the size, is like 100 calories, non-breaded, you know, and depending on the sauce, you better go with like a plain old hot sauce or like maybe a garlic lemon sauce, but even those are really buttery. So you're looking at a pretty high calorie night out if you eat 10 wings for one meal, plus maybe a side salad with some ranch or some dipping ranch. I'm from the South, I like my ranch. Or my blue cheese. I've never really had cauliflower pizza. I'm more of a person who does not like to consume calories and carbs in food vessels. And I mean, what's the cauliflower part of that pizza? That's just a way to get it to your mouth. I'm more of a fork person so that I don't waste calories and carbs on food vessels. So I'll make like a pizza bowl, but I haven't really tried a cauliflower pizza. But again, if these are things, you know, where you can go out and be social once in a while and not all the time, because like I said, these are pretty high calorie, higher carb foods, you can, you know, enjoy yourself and lose weight and be in ketosis. It's possible, you know, that's what I love about this diet.
Look at the clean option. You might spend a couple bucks more, but if you're making it at home, it wouldn't be too bad, especially if you used flank steak. New York strip or a flank steak or maybe a chicken breast or maybe a piece of salmon, which I did a dollar store keto haul. Yes, dollar store, and they have wild caught salmon for $1. So don't tell me you can't afford salmon when you can go to the Dollar Tree.
I did watch that video. That was a really good video. And that's one of those videos where he's like, this is the good type of fat. This is the bad type of fat. So I do need to learn more. He's very knowledgeable about how, you know, these different chemicals affect the body. But again, I'm just somebody who's focused on trying to maintain weight loss so that I have overall health.
Melted ghee, put that on the steak. Come on. If you want to like cut it up into strips and make a taco, have some guacamole. That's perfectly clean keto, right? Then some steamed veggies with a little bit of butter, like grass-fed butter and coconut oil on it. And then maybe you melt some Parmesan on it. Tell me that that isn't delicious and you wouldn't think that that is a cheat meal. That is super good, and that is clean keto. Okay, so point is that dirty and clean keto are so similar, but it's all kind of this nuancy stuff, which might drive you nuts. But my other point in saying this is, don't get super hung up on it. Pay attention to the soybean oil. Pay attention to the omega-6 profile. Pay attention to the kinds of nuts, and pay attention to the carbohydrates that you would normally get out of a lot of these sneaky foods. Anyhow, as always, keep it locked in here on my channel. Don't forget to check out Sun Warrior down below, and I'll see you tomorrow.
So, I mean, he's super non-judgmental. He's like, there's not a whole lot of difference. And that's true. I'm always thinking of that teenage fat girl who wants to lose weight. And she sees a video like this from a very attractive, you know, man who's got all the buff muscles. And she's probably thinking, this may not be the right type of diet for me because I don't want to look like a buff man. And I'm not really educated on, you know, why is soybean oil bad? What is an omega-6? You know, that's what I would think. He's very knowledgeable. He's got so much information. And sometimes his videos go over my head. I'm just like, I'm here for weight loss and recipes and ideas. Like, that's who I am. And, you know, like I said, clean keto, I call it lazy keto versus dirty. So like strict keto and lazy keto, I think it's a spectrum. I fall somewhere in the middle. To me, I think you're doing pretty good if you just stick around the outer ring of the grocery store and you just try and eat less processed foods. So yeah, maybe heavy whipping cream with some stevia rather than coffee mate, you know. This is just more natural. But when it comes to like fatty chicken wing versus a flank steak, I'm like, they're both meat. They're both gonna fill you up. You just make your choices that way. Or avocado. Yeah, I don't know why. Don't get me wrong, I like guacamole, but avocados are too much of a hassle for me to keep around and they're expensive. So I would rather just have some steamed broccoli and eat, you know, more cheese. You know, I'm not going to incorporate all this avocado. So that's just who I am. So you've got to make sure that everything just matches your budget and your needs. But let me know what you guys think. I think he's, again, very knowledgeable. Nothing really to critique, but I just want you to know that if you come across a video like this and you think, wow, I don't know if I could do keto, it sounds like a lot, I would recommend that you search for Dr. Eric Westman's videos here on YouTube. I would recommend Googling Dr. Westman page 4 because it's a complete keto food list that I've talked about in videos too, and it's what I used to lose all my weight. And check out my Keto 101 Beginners playlist, which I will link down below. So let me know what you think about videos like this, Thomas DeLauer, my videos. Let me know what is most helpful for you. And what is your approach? One last thing before I go, an old college buddy, he's working on this project about weight loss. And so whether you are trying to lose weight or you have lost weight, if you wouldn't mind taking some time to fill out a survey, which I'll link down below. If you finish the survey in time, you could get a $25 gift card. But he asked me to shout it out because I believe in, understanding weight gain and weight loss and what helps people the most. So I would love for you to try and finish that survey. I'm gonna do it too once I finish editing this video. So check out that link. Try out the survey. You might get a $25 gift card, and we'll learn some things about weight and weight loss and maintenance and all of that, I hope. But that's about it for today. I hope that you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you next time. My name's Allie. Have a good one. Bye.